Good morning, everyone. I tried to make a video yesterday. It just got too busy too fast. And so there it is. I think we were out here till 9 o'clock or later. And the children were still playing basketball and cartwheels and I don't know what. Today we're going on a mission. Yes, there's a lot going on here in the neighborhood. They're building more homes, and yes, we've seen some things, so always something interesting, right? Yes, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna have some, what are they called? The Hardy Boys and Nancy Drew day. Always something, and they're really excited about it. So, yes. Anywho, oh, what a day already. Okay, so I thought about. So like I already told in a video before. I started on season 1 with America's Got Talent. Yes, I forward a lot. I have to admit. Yeah, skip episodes. Yeah, okay, all right. But there's one thing that I noticed in it, and people have dreams, right? Yes, and the talents that they have, sometimes it just doesn't. It's just the way it is, right? In a show like that, there are people who decide what they think the best is. Do I always agree? No. Some of the people that they're actually letting go through for one reason or another are probably for it'd be more interesting for the show. Is I would say to them, yeah, but what about that other one? He just let that one go, and this one gets to stay. And I'd say, wait a minute, right? Okay. And so sad to see, right? When someone who put their all into it, they were actually really good. They didn't make it, or they later on in the show get cut out, not by the public, but already. And yeah, and then later on too, it's just how crushed they are over, you know, well, that's gonna be, that will be, if they make it, that's gonna be their dream fulfilled, and and that is what, it's gonna make their life, right? Yes. Well, who wouldn't like to win $1 million? That's, hey, yeah. And I watch, and I feel with the people that don't make it, and in a way, then everything seems to be so crushed. And of course, and life goes on, right? But with some of them, you really worry: is life really going to go on? And I look, and I'm thinking, the talents these people have are amazing. I'm amazed over how much wonderful talents people have. And does it always have to be in this grand style then that one has to be recognized? Right? Yes. The dream, fulfilled or not fulfilled. And there was this one lady. Oh, she had an amazing voice. Yes. And she says, well, if I win that $1 million, then I won't have to go back to the subway to sing. There'll be a difference from it, which I think, as far as she made it, it made a difference regardless if she won or not. She didn't win. And I thought, well, what was wrong singing in the subway? I have no doubt that many people had heard her going to work, or maybe didn't have such a good day. They come across this person who's just standing there, giving her best in the subway, right? Yes. singing so beautifully, and yes, and people seemed like she made some money with it, right? Is that so bad? Is that not a dream fulfilled as well? I think that if, and it sounds like she was welcomed, right? Yes, in the subway singing. What if suddenly, no, you can't sing here anymore, right? Can't sing nowhere, right? That would be very, very sad, wouldn't it? So, is it really? Does it have to be on TV, on a show? Right? As I said, making all that money, then become famous, and I don't know what goes with it. Is that so much better for a talent than just bringing joy to people, to a few people who absolutely love it? And who knows how many lives this lady in the subway has made better, a better day, right? Yes. Yeah. So many others too who, yeah. Saw one guy who did had beautiful what he did with the talent he had, and he it was that was that would bring meaning to his life. This that if he could become the star, or really, it's what you're already. You got this. You figured out. This amazes me. People, so many people figured out what they're good at, and do something beautiful and unique with their talent, with their idea that they have. Is that not already a dream fulfilled for anyone who has figured that, discovered that in their own life? Yeah. Does it have to be? Yeah. So, what's my dream? So I thought, all these people, if you, they got there, they got a little farther, or they didn't, right? Yet to even just go there and be courageous enough to stand in front of all these people, then get judged. That's already, that's to me a talent too. You can do this. That's amazing. People shouldn't be so crushed over what. They weren't successful now to what, win the $1 million, get the contracts in Vegas, and I don't know what. That's the importance to people when they have discovered something really amazing and beautiful about themselves. Yeah, don't know. So I thought about my own self. Do I still have any dreams at my age? Yes, I do. I do, actually. And am I doing anything meaningful? Yeah, what does it mean to anybody else out there? So I thought, I'm doing exactly what I want to do. The best thing that I've probably ever done was start to read the Bible. Like I do now, make the videos. I love to talk. I love to talk to, I guess, myself. I love being in the service of God. I just do. That's my dream. I'm doing something, wherever it's going to go, it's going to go. But I'm already, while I'm doing it, I'm absolutely fulfilled and happy about it. Yes, there are sad moments, yes, but that kind of goes with it, doesn't it? That's not crushing my dream. That just gives me more look into, on how spiritually one grows, cares for the world, becomes closer to the nature of God. That's an amazing thing, even if I'm just doing it on my own, right? Yes. Yeah. Anywho, so many other things one could talk about when it comes to all that. Anywho, so there it is. thought I'd share that. It's been on my mind for a few days. I'm on season 6 now. Anywho, so there it is. Oh, there was one group. There was one group. I think they were called Reckless, and they were all people kind of from the street. It seemed like that's how they described themselves. Didn't have a studio, didn't have, and they were fantastic. I thought they were fantastic. Yes, on really, they didn't. They got so far, and then they didn't get any farther. But loved that group. Yeah, there was this one thing where I'd say, you're putting yourself continuously down by letting people know how pitiful you also were, or right, because, and that would really, again, it's why is it like that? Why do you have to talk that way about your own circumstances? Is that affecting, really, did that really affect their talent? If they would have a studio, and if they would have mirrors, they would be so much better, would you? Then they would just be like any other group out there who's got all that, right? Yes. They were very unique, in my opinion, and sad to see them not getting farther. But again, why is that? Yeah. Anywho, so there it is. That to say, amazing young people. You make together something where you have very little available and you're this good. That's, to me, right? Again, that's amazing. So yeah, was I happy to, or was it good to know from what background they came? Yes. But the struggles, the continued kind of, that needs to be elevated, took away from their talents. Yes, yeah. And how people want to present themselves. Now, am I going to vote for you because you're so pitiful? You make yourself look so pitiful. And that's why you need it. That's why you need to. Right? Or am I voting because, yeah, you're really amazing. You are. You're amazing from where you came. Right? And go with that. Right? Yes? Do you kind of understand what I mean? So I think some of these groups and people shoot themselves in one foot and then continuously then in the other foot by appealing to people's what? Yeah, sympathy, empathy, rather than, I want to see your talent. That's good to know. Okay, that makes it even, yeah, that's right, that's great. You know what I mean? and, who doesn't have a pitiful story somewhere in their life? Right? That's going to lead you now continuously. Okay. It doesn't seem to work out very well most of the time. That's what I've seen. So embrace when you have discovered your talents, embrace them, and no matter if there's a million billion people watching or no one, what does it matter? Your dream has come true. You found the amazing thing God's given to you into your cradle. Done. Okay. So we're in Joshua 17, the tribe of Manasseh. The portion of the tribe of Manasseh, who was in fact Joseph's firstborn, went to Machir. Oh, so Joseph, if we're talking about the Joseph that went to Egypt, well, Manasseh surely wasn't alive anymore either, so that's already gone through. So Manasseh actually was what? Part Egyptian too, half and half. Oh, look, we already got the mixing up going on here, like I talked in the other video. I'm telling you. Manasseh's firstborn, that's why some of the stuff in here just doesn't make sense. It's almost as if some of the scribes, whoever wrote this down, they got the stories, and there are some that it seems to me, again, it just seems to me that one wants to have that it's as if God wants to have this Aryan race. Okay, just saying. The Israelites, and we hear a lot about foreigners and slaves, and don't have anything to do with them because, okay, all right, yeah, yes, and yet the Israelites already are not a pure race, if you want to call it that. They're already mixed up. They're getting mixed up. Yes. So, on one hand, we're getting this, okay, the purity of the race. On the other hand, we're getting the commitment of a people to God, I think, is more important to God. Yes? All right. So here we go. Manasseh, half tribe. That's a weird one. Half tribe. Oh, is that why it's called half tribe? Okay, right. All right, let's read it again. The portion of the tribe of Manasseh, who was in fact Joseph's firstborn, went to Machir, Manasseh's firstborn, father of Gilead, for he was a warrior. He had Gilead and Bashan. The other sons of Manasseh had theirs by clans for the sons of Abiezer, for the sons of Helek, for the sons of Azriel, for the sons of Shechem, for the sons of Hefer, and for the sons of Shemida. They had a lot of kids. A lot of boys. These were the male children of Manasseh, son of Joseph. Oh, by clans. Zelophehad, as far as I know, Joseph only had one son, or did he have two sons? One daughter and one son? Can't remember now. Amazing on how that he was fruitful, multiplied well. Zelophehad, son of Hefer, son of Gilead, son of Machir, son of Manasseh, had no sons, but only daughters, whose names were these: Mahlah, Noah, Hoglah, Milcah, and Tirzah. We know about those. Oh! These approached the priest Eleazar, Joshua, son of Nun, and the leaders, and said, we already heard about that, but I guess we're hearing it again. Yeah. Yahweh ordered Moses to give us a heritage among our brothers. Also, this is now to... In compliance with Yahweh's order, therefore, they were given a heritage among their father's brothers. In this way, 10 portions fell to Manasseh, apart from Gilead and Bashan, lying on the further side of the Jordan. Since Manasseh's daughters received a heritage as well as his sons, Gilead itself belonged to Manasseh's other sons. On the side of Asher, the frontier of Manasseh was the Michmethat, which is opposite Shechem, and thence continued to the right to Yashib, which is at the spring of Tapua. Let's keep reading. I'm just noticing something here. I don't know if you guys do. The territory of Tapua belonged to Manasseh, but Tapua on Manasseh's border belonged to the sons of Ephraim. The boundary went down to the torrent of Kanah, south of the torrent, were the towns of Ephraim, excluding those owned by Ephraim among the towns of Manasseh. The boundary of Manasseh was north of the torrent and reached as far as the sea. The south belonged to Ephraim, and the north to Manasseh, and reached as far as the sea. Everything goes to the sea. Huh. They touched Asher to the north and Issachar to the east. With Issachar and Asher, Manasseh shared Beth Shean. Shared Beth Shean and its dependent towns. I was just wondering, are they? Yeah, okay. Everything that leads to the sea is, you've got to be crossing some things. Ibleam and its dependent towns, the inhabitants of Dor, and of its dependent towns, the inhabitants of Tanakh and Megiddo, and of their dependent towns, the three of the slopes. But because the sons of Manasseh could not take possession of these towns, the Canaanites managed to live on in that territory. When, however, the Israelites became stronger, they subjected the Canaanites to forced labor, though they never dispossessed them. Okay. So interesting, when Caleb went and asked for his part, it was described very well, right, on what he got within the tribe. The tribe. Okay, I kind of got that later on. But here now, with these 5 girls, it doesn't say how much did they actually get. How much were they? It doesn't. So, interesting. So everything else is so well detailed when it came to certain things, right? Yeah, okay, it is what it is. And my feeling is that even though these girls, right, said, okay, it says the father's brothers, okay, they were part of the father's brothers, something, rather. Okay. Who knows? Land reclamation by the sons of Joseph. The sons of Joseph spoke as follows to Joshua: Why have you given me only one share, only one portion as heritage, when I am a numerous people, since Yahweh has so blessed me? What did I say before? They were a lot of people, a lot of sons. Considering how many kids Joseph had. Joshua replied, If your people are so many, go up to the wooded area and clear space for yourselves in the area belonging to the Perizzites and the Rephaim, since the highlands of Ephraim are too small for you. The sons of Joseph replied, The highlands are not enough for us, and what is more, all the Canaanites living on the land of the plain have iron chariots, so do those in Beth Shean and its dependent towns, and those in the plain of Jezreel. Joshua said to the house of Joseph, to Ephraim, and to Manasseh, You are a numerous people, and your strength is great. You will not only have one share, but a mountain will be yours as well. Even if it is a forest, you can clear it, and its territories will be yours. And you will dispossess the Canaanites, although they have iron chariots, and although they are strong. That's the end of 17. Okay, so seems to me, and the elders and the priests and whoever was mentioned helping Joshua out, yet they are seldom mentioned now, right? The judges, isn't it? And it seems all lay on Joshua's shoulders. Now, I thought that God gave instructions on, according to the size of the tribes, on what they were going to be given. And here comes one tribe, right, says, hey, how could that be our share, considering? Right? Must have been difficult. Must have been very difficult to keep everybody happy and content. Right? Because with whatever they have already taken, right, from others, still wasn't enough. And here's Joshua saying, oh, okay, well, I'm not sure what you're talking about, because, all right, so here is all this area, but you have to clear it. And you're going to have to make more room for yourself by what? Taking care of the land. Make room for yourself. Do it yourself, that kind of thing. And they're like, don't want to do that. And you are a strong people. You're going to be all right. What are you so worried about? Again, why are they so worried about some iron chariots? Just saying. They just have come through, conquered everything and everyone, it seems like, except four, sounds like. Oh, there are, again, all these discrepancies. Right? Where, how did that really go at that time? And again, it seems to me, as I keep on reading, with the conquering that went on, and then some things just went as they went with non-conquering, so they went, but they couldn't get rid of the people. They stayed strong there. Oh, we just make them work for us. Did they? Were they able to or not, right? And kind of just had to settle where, okay, we're going to have to settle somewhere. But it seems to me that they're getting farther and farther away from God's instructions. They're getting farther and farther away from actually having God with them. Yes? So concerned about their own rights. So concerned. Well, you said, now wait a second, don't you have that in your own life? Why do the Israelites continuously, the elders, the leaders of the tribes and the clans continuously are going to Joshua saying, you need to fix this. So where is all these promises then now, being made and established and given to us? I find that interesting. And everybody's going back to Joshua because Joshua's got to have all the answers. He needs to fix everything. What about, where is God? Don't they have the Levites? In every tribe, clan, they have a Levite, right? They have priests guiding them. What's going on with that? I'm not hearing it. I'm not seeing it. Yes? So dependent, right, on immediately getting their fair share. Rather than, okay, this is what we got. Guys, this is where we're going to settle. So let's figure out how we're going to take care of the land in the best way. And the people that go with it, don't know. It seems to me that with the earlier stories, what I see that God sees is that every tribe had a specific function that they were good at, and held the people together and supported the people, right? Yes, in all different kinds of endeavors. Did it come to protection, growing food, raising animals, right? Yes, different things. Being a craftsman, yes, okay. And rather than working together as a nation now, Israel, it seems every tribe, even the clans, are out to get their fair share. Right? Yes, I find that interesting. And kind of forgetting why they are a tribe. Why are they a tribe? Why do people have certain talents? Why have they become a group of something very talented, amazing things they can do? Yes. That would kind of be interesting. So instead of concentrating on that, making the best out of that, everybody wants, okay, what am I getting? Why am I not getting that? Right? Yes. Rather than just work with what there is at the time, right? Yes. It'd be interesting. do a study all around the world. Maybe somebody's already done that. And see, number one, we got these different continents. Yes, they broke apart. I bet you there's a reason for that. Right? The big land mass to begin with broke apart to these different continents. Why is that? What is there on each continent that is really amazing for the rest of the world, right? On the side of goodness. Then things were broken up into, right? Yes, yeah, states, tribes, okay, regions. Right? So what's all there, right? That makes a whole country? And what's the talents? Are the talents all over the world in all these different places, right? All these different nations, and how the world could work, the people, mankind, humankind work together, right? With the talents in each of these places, right? On the side of goodness. Abuse should never be a part of that. Never. Right? Yes. Forced labor on other people, that's abuse. It's in there. So I'm saying, how far did they veer off? Huh? From God's point of view and ideal. Already, again. Right? Yes. How far off have we veered? Right? To this day. Yeah. But that would be interesting, wouldn't it? Yeah, I can think of a few things already, yeah, on how countries contribute to each other, right? In a good way. There are a few out there doing their job, right? Yes, a few. Yeah. And what stands in the way, right? Oftentimes, when people do really good, do try. I'll give you an example. A first-hand example, actually. There was in our church, and there's, oh my gosh, that's many years, 25, 30 years ago now, could be even longer. Russia had, they had a really cold winter, or they always have cold winters, but at that time they had problems with their electricity, their heat, this and that, and people needed warm clothes. And shoes and coats was what they really, the people of Russia, needed. And from our church, there were families, whole families in Russia witnessing. Yes, yeah, it was really communistic still at that time. I guess it still is. I mean, I'm not sure. And they went there, and they ended up teaching. What did they teach? It's something to do with the schools, and it was like this window of opportunity where even the officials in Russia, they didn't stop them. They didn't stop them, and a lot of the teachings, right, especially about God and all, became even a part of the schools in Russia for a while. I don't know how it is now, but at that time. And they seem to have these few families, of which one family, I knew the family quite well. Okay, so firsthand, got firsthand stories on how they were there. And so it came also from them. Said, look, people here need coats and shoes. So we started, our church started collecting shoes and coats. And I remember our family, we did a box, a huge box. It could have been two huge boxes. I remember one, but there might have been two huge boxes, okay, filled with coats and shoes. And I had a good source for it. Nice stuff too, not run down, raggedy, nasty stuff nobody wanted here, okay. And it was expensive to send them, but we made the money, because again, it was firsthand. It was a friend. Okay, brother and sister in faith that asked people, and we knew them personally, uh, who were there and they saw. And they were very honest about on how they're getting this stuff. Because a lot of people did try to send what they could. So it wasn't cheap to send it all, to get the money to send these big boxes. And they got a fraction of that. Yes, yeah, maybe a third. A third of it actually made it all the way from the United States to Russia, then to their place, so for them to be distributed. Why? Why do you think that was? Because at the toll inspection place where packages go through when they go to another country, the people there would open them up and take out what they wanted and then send on the rest. That's how it went. That's sad, isn't it? Yes. I mean, it's one of those, well, maybe they needed it too. Yeah, maybe. But that's considered stealing, in my opinion. They could have always said, okay, well, that looks nice. I would like to have some coats and shoes for my family. We need them too, right? Yes. And maybe they didn't make much money in the job they had. I don't know. And they could have just asked the people where it went to, say, hey, can I take a pair of shoes and a couple of coats? And I'm sure that our friends would have said, well, yeah. We'll make sure that everything else makes it to you for their own people. So here these, as I said, I don't know how many of them were that went through them packages first before they sent them on. But they were taking from their own people. Yes, they did a lot of it. And maybe sold them. Our friends didn't sell them. In faith, they gave them away. You see what I mean? There's a people in need. And other people around the world are willing to help out. And then your own people stab you in the back. I find that really, really sad. Really sad. So, yeah. That's how it works, doesn't it? All right, so that is that. Hi, honey. Are you up? Are you hungry? Okay, I'm coming to make some breakfast, okay? Huh? Yes, I can. She loves bagels. I'm coming. So, that's all. That's what I wanted to share. So, anyway, so that was just one example. That's a first-hand example that I have. This isn't just a story from wherever that I heard. Right? So, hi, you look so beautiful already. Look at you. Oh, good morning, darling. And that's why it's not in particular against that one country or whatever. As I said, this is an example that I know from many, many years ago that I have to share. Yes, yeah. And I have no doubt that oftentimes when people really become really giving to the need of another people around the world, on how that gets abused. Yes. And I don't know. Is that a talent too? I guess stealing, right? Right under the noses of other people. and making it okay, I guess, is a talent too. I'm not sure. It's definitely not on the side of goodness, right? Yes. What do you think, Abby? Is it okay to steal from other people?
No.
No. She knows it. Hmm? If she knows it at the age of 4, then every adult should know that's wrong. It doesn't matter who you are, where you live, or what you need or want. Stealing is never okay.
Or no fighting.
Or fighting. All right, there. She'll be my successor someday. Right, Abby? I'm going to talk like Rosie, huh? Tell the people what's right and what's wrong. Yeah. She's a very smart girl, yes, and she does wonderful cartwheels. She is the best at cartwheels, aren't you? Huh? Yes, yes, she is. Okay. Well, that's all I have to share this morning. God's love and blessings always. May He protect you, and I will talk to you all another time. Say goodbye to the people, Abby. Bye, everyone. It's breakfast time.